Alright. Alright. If you have not been here yesterday, I don't know what to tell you because we had another amazing day. One of the things we did was we turned on the boiler room. In the boiler room, there was like the red box. And we were like, what is that red box? Oh! And then we knew, well, I knew, there was like a little another red box in the basement. And we were like, let's turn that on and see. And it opened the door. And it was a huge, like, underground, not even a tower, but some kind of like a mechanism. And it was amazing. We got the letter from there. And there was a little window. And from the window, it was a tinted window, which was kind of like a BS. But it was a tinted window. And when we looked at it, there was the castle. Orinda Eris's castle. And it was kind of like wrecked a little bit. And it seemed like they were trying to restore it. Kind of. And we were like, what the fuck? There's a freaking castle underneath this house? I don't know if it will get to it. We'll probably get to it. I mean, we did so much, but that was, I think, one of the most, like, WTF. Like, they were, I thought, I mean, they were talking about castle, like the old Orinda Eris's castle, but they were saying, like, it was in the mountain. I mean, we are near the mountain, but we're not, like, in the mountain, you know what I mean? Oh, and then we had, oh my god, so yesterday, we had the, what was it called? Energy-powered sledge or something, and we were wrecking all the fucking walls. And then we had the magnifying lighter. And then we went back to the what is that called? Like orchid, I think. And there was a sundial, and I was like, let's click on the sundial. Maybe we can wreck it with a hammer. But then if you have the fire thing, you like pew pew, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? And it pew-pewed, and then we opened up the sundial, which requires 3 of the cells. Oh, I thought the blessing ran out. I guess not. But we only have 2 computer chip cell thing, circle-y thing. Oh, and we also did the chess puzzle as well. Huh. Huh. You really gonna give me a dead end? It might have not been the best, but it's not bad choice. I don't think. No more Christmas. Aquarium. I mean, I did change the rarity, but I'm a little surprised. Key, gem, we need both. And then the greatest room. Let's go to west. Dining room. We love dining room. In Joya, lunch. Armory! Bro! So good. Give me that torch. Yes, sir. Give me that morning star. Yes, sir. Give me that shield. Yes, sir. Cannonball? Ooh, and shop after shop. I see sledge, I see metal. Metal. Sledge. Salt me. Nursery. Double sledge. Well, we gotta go back to the west wing, and then I guess we'll try to extend it from east to west. We do need the library. I would like it to rotate. New book. Who's this new book? Curse of the Black Bridge. Hold on. Was there something about Black Bridge? Wasn't there something about Black Bridge? Something bridge. There was something about bridge. The computer server room is Blackbridge. But in the book, wasn't there something about bridge? Was there anything about bridge in any of the books or the notes? Buried beside the bridge. I guess. Sinclair Sanctum's letter for Orinda was sent from the Black Bridge Inn. I guess we don't really have much solid about Blackbridge. Alright, let's go forward. The legend of Blackbridge is one's that well known to the people of the Grand Realm. For versions of this tale have been passed down from generations to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and, as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. However, with so many rendition and unique personal touches, the task of confining and the binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonderful myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what I felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Ryan has like the berry. I don't know how he got it, but that's the berry. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. Well, unholy, sacred. No. Okay, the Unholy Hounds. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst in a time when the society was at its worst. And for each crime that fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often valued their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high road robbery. One such member of this so-called band of the rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper, who had not been lucky in his life, having lost two brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of the hunger that followed, Jasper lived in the gutter behind the churchyard, relying on nourishments of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardship would take any easy road out. An easy and well-traveled road paved with temptations leading out of its city and into the gentry land where loose purse strings entwine with the stands of the salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. It was this road that eventually led Jesper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of the Black Ridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviors, that notorious gang of the godless outlaw known as the Unholy Hounds. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to the vocation of benchery, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of the night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of the Black Ridge Canyon. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway down a dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthermost berry patches without worrying for being chastised for tearing up upon his return. It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way Jesper had passed by many of familiar bushes, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to his long stretch of travel, his effort would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the skies. Upon seeing such a bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeking his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in this task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper freeze. Had he been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings? How could a roadway be so close? He ducked down and crept towards the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment before the sound source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by two beautiful white horses and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the rein with such effect that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with a precise control. "You boy, get out from behind that bush!" he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. "You startled me half to death. coming around bend of my own drive and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought not be any face. Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older and his dress was suitable for a courtly behavior. Not dashing through the bramble the mud, I was just picking berries. Jesper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. It was a change that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expression on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with the berry basket. Any suspicion that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the unholy hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softened expression even made allowances for a smile. Berries, eh? Say, you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy. Jesper took his cue, finally stepped forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number. The driver bent down for a closer look. And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far. Jesper replied with a scripted response, a little south of the Tenor Fork. Shit. Okay. Just past the burnt woods. My God, that is far. You couldn't have come all the way only this morning. It was true. Tenor Fork was the exact opposite direction that the Jesper had traveled, and while that response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to the Black Bridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. Sir, I have traveled much further from much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by a man that would not be worth undertaking for a price such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself. Jesper felt happier with this response as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh, my pen. Write it down. What was it? South... Tenor was the exact opposite direction. While that response was seen perfectly reasonable in a location closer to the Black Bridge Canyon. South of Tenor Fork, just past the burnt woods. I guess opposite this direction. In my youth often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far. And even then, my father would always drive me here in the carriage. So I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward. It was Jesper's time to smile. Then let my effort reward us both today. He raised the basket even higher. A taste and memory of your youth, sir. The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket. And at the moment his finger touched the first berry, the dagger in the first met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. What the fuck? Jesper caught the man's startled eye. And for that taste, I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth. What? I thought Jesper was a nice boy. Bro is like cutting the freaking throat. The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hands to probe the man's pocket. Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause. Though I will admit, the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of the walking appealed to me. Unable to find the purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat under him. Why have you no purse upon your person? The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing towards the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife edge a small degree to allow the man to speak. which he did in turn softly. "There's a lockbox in the carriage." "Well, come down then, and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands. A concession, I assure you, of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat." The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree, where the instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smile and kindness Jesper had seen on this man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold dark eyes displaying no emotion. "I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me?" Jesper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it, secured the final binding, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. "If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency." Inside the carriage was a surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and the polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since the passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that his observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's back seat, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearances, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from the hold and carried it out into the sunlight. Inspecting the box carefully, two observations were made. Tomatic symbols found carved on all four sides of the box hinted that the box was a very old and likely not created by the Orinda hands. It reminded him of artifacts from the old world and was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Four sides of the box. What? Totemic symbols. Four sides of the box. Prime NX, thank you very much with the subscription, and the Schneip with the Prime subscriptions. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wait, isn't that the tombstone? Well, I guess it's not a tombstone, it's a wooden box. Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. "Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box?" Without the emotion, the driver replied, "There is no key to that box." Jesper stood up. Easy enough then. He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. "You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed." Oh shit! Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. "What is it?" "That's one." Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. "One what? You mumbling agentor. Edge first. And what's entor? And I don't know. Agentor. And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person? You mumbling first. What would be first? First. Son? First, bitch. First. I don't know what. Because it gotta be like some kind of like. You mumbling bitch. You mumbling asshole. Mumble. First ass. First poop. First. First dog baby. I don't know. The man did not seem intimidated. One pace. He paused for effect. 12 more and you will be dead. He will only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic rambling. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to the brute force, it wasn't recent. Jesper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had of course heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would the knowledge make? A dozen more pays would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of the nearby berries. A plan that, if we ignore its obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along. But what good would that do? To be discovered here, beside a body, stolen goods in hand, bloated from berries and raving about a curse that could very well not be real. No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now. Take a dozen pace and see if life goes on. Wait, so he killed the man? I guess he struck the guy with the sculpted stone because now it's splattered red. What the hell, man, Jesper? But Jesper found his legs unable to make that first step. His mind was unable to convince his limbs to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And if, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea, a miracle materialized before him as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and a carriage of a golden trim were beside him, the answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the short number of pace back to the road. 4, perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat as that appeared to be some of the value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task too great to chance. And so, after a profound breath, he took his second, third, and fourth step through. They were quite large. Although they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If one, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function of secure object of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of the destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. If I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud, to the horses seemingly, Jesper took upon the reins with confidence. Part 2. Below the Black Bridge. Shit's long! Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in the darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again, teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust in the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered. She was on third watch today. quietly collecting her things and wits. Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friends, who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful not to wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazardly formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked towards the sun drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. Carrying out to each other was strictly forbidden. A calling out. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her a space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. It was a bit too darling and noisy of a joke, and had the others been around, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound. But Miller appreciated the effort of Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. They had been on the third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time, their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hound. She had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern as well as the clear view of the bridge that spanned it across the canyon. Black Bridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountain, the overpass that connected Oris and Reddington. Connected Oris and Reddington. Black Bridge. Connected Oris and Reddington. Okay. To the city-faring travelers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that the travelers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable for farmhands and the bricklayers, but to a cavern-housed bandit, it was a source of a constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Ravia touched her elbows and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, subtly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used the lewd of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their mouth among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palm flat on the floorboard beneath them. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but she shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away. Looking back to the canyon, squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sound of approach. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later, two men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform, long gray coats with the black-facing white waistcoats and the black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Blackguard. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Black Bridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated an important traveler's impeding passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken on open daylight when the blackguard was nearby. The man had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's. The same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage, cautiously approaching the bridge to the cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards. Looking through the foliage, the sound were not coming from the high road but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go! Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing towards the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a blackguard's attack. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing the thoughts, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain, yet she watched as the wheel jolted over the rocky riverbed. A third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The driver slumped over just a moment before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of the sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down the canyon, the entire horde of the Unholy Hounds came spilling forth from the earth as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep, and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. The gang, Chieftain, Jeffrey, Heartslasher, led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would be near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in the front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him, a blood-stained effigy carved from the stone. What is that? What is that? What is that? It's wearing some kind of clothes? There's the symbol, Orendaira's symbol. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favorite. He had always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted she had always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situation. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he still had thorns, honed by a grim past, the 100 hands of the misfortune. They buried him in the darkness in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone, a marker that stood out as somewhat special among the row of similar sword markings neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of a stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sound of the scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her. But even in alarm, the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder. There's not gonna be like a monster in this mansion after I finish this book, right? No, nothing is gonna be like Jesper's here, and then my throat is gonna get like chopped up in half. I'm kind of scared now. I'm alone in this huge mansion. What the fuck, man? There's no like jump scare, right? Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. A growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave. Her eyes now opened wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be a day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Miss Babbage gonna chase you with the throw? Oh man, Miller felt a hand in the darkness pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed two bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. Two bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girl had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the other. What does like two bending fingers mean? An hour or so later, the scream began. Blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the bridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned. Now they speak. What the fuck? There's not a, I don't know if I can play. Can someone move my character, please? I'm too scared to move. It was just a natural landslide? Like the guards didn't also everything that happened and collapsed the cave on them. Well, there's a lot of collapsed stuff. Would there be any... What? Maybe like write down the name? Miller... Jesper... Miller, Jesper... and... Ravia. I think that's the only... We don't know like the other dude's name. No, name of the guards. Captain Fodrick Lee. Where was isn't Tender Hearted? Oh well, no, that's true. That's just a nickname. Maybe even Tender Hearted. Could she call them tender-hearted? Jeffrey Heartslasher. And then like some kind of weird effigy. No one's here, right? I mean, you guys are here, but like, you know what I mean? I'm not being like, my throat is safe. No one wants to like slash my throat. Let's go to Dan. Scary, man. Why such a scary story? The moral of the story is don't be a douche. This box contains the gem. The other two boxes are true. Oh, that's a false. The other two boxes are not true. This box does not contain... Also, you have it. Okay. You do not have it. You are telling the truth. You're false. You're true. You're true. What did I read that as? This box... No! What the frig? Even with the 2 keys? I needed that. I needed that gem. So... Oh man, the draw has been not good. Oh, even though it's lit, after piggy bank is gone, it still takes the money away from me. Where is it? Candlestick? Oh my god. Sir, can I have a gem, please? Reroll and the card key. I love card key. Ooh, okay. Watering can. Use it. Sounds like I'm peeing on the floor. You know what? Redraw. Oh, frig. Archives! We need the archives. It was this one. It says hide this. Hide this. Hide this. Ladder? Go up the ladder, kid? Hide this. Ooh, a key. Oh, delete this. Click, 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 click. I'm clicking! Delete it. It wasn't this one though. Eventually it will work out. Shut up, Chad. Well, at least we get reroll on the gem. I don't know what it wants me to do in the archive then. So archive A. Delete it. Pantry? Banana. I got salty. Salty banana. Courtyard huge. What brought me to the archive with that message? I found a note. It was image of bunch of monitors that you can find in the security room, and then in that like one of the monitor had letter A, and it said deleted, and then that monitor was showing archive. Oh man, I don't want to do this puzzle. No more 1/3. Of course there's gonna be 1/3. 3. Like, I mean 5. 7. Uh, 5. Square at 25 minus 25. Wait. It's 5, right? Like this gives me 5. $15. 5. 25. Minus 20. 5. Purple is times, right? Isn't it 25? But there's no 25. A divide. Purple's divide. One? Oh my god. Five. 25 minus 25. Oh, squared again. So it's 5. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta see where's the gem. Is this a good spot for gem? I think it was pretty early on. Where's my jam location? Why can I never find the pages that I want? Oh, there it is. Poor, good, good, R. Good, poor, R. What's R? R. No, I'm finding only the garbage. Oh, the wall! Can I destroy that wall? That wall looks... Oh no, maybe not. It's not technically weak. It looks weak. Or not weak, but it looks like... You know what I mean? There's something to it. I want to smash it. I think in order to make like the power sledge, I need the battery pack. I need battery pack and handle. Broken handle? What is that? Oh my god, I thought it was a gold bar, man. I thought it was a gold bar. Battery lever sledge. Oh, fuck. Apple. And banana. Ooh, orange. Oh no, now I need keys. Sweet. Key. Well, I don't need to go in there. Tunnel. I mean, I gotta draw it. Standard. Oh, it's not hard. Like, it's not rare. Going under all obstacles, the tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. This crudely excavated passages look to be the work of someone determined to get where they are going, regardless of whether the house's floor plan is accommodating or not. Okay. Well, we did open that side. This has to be the tunnel. I need to go there. What do you think? Should I just do tunnel and then see what's up? Do I get anything? Is tunnel just nothing? Then it can't be nothing. Oh shoot, we're through the wall. Oh shit. What's orange? Do we know orange? What's purple? Are you supposed to be orange? What do they do? I do know orange. Isn't it yellow? I only know black, yellow, green, purple. Purple moved down. No, purple moved down. Or is that pink? Oh. Pink. Rotate. I don't think I knew pink. Change color to the majority. Ah. So I guess if you tunnel all the way to rank 9, you find a secret puzzle, I guess. Which gives us the allowance. Oh, there's more. There has to be a secret part. Like if you tunnel like this, shown in a diagram, like it probably will be something like you will get to a secret place. Because it can't just be a closet. Oh, banana. But I'm hoping we'll find a clue that will say something about it instead of me have to guess. Ooh. Oh no, we need keys. Those are not keys. Does anyone remember if the shop was selling a key? I don't think it was. Shop? I think it was selling a gem. Yeah. Banana. What a weird ass room. I mean, what a weird ass day. We didn't get any like security or lab or anything like meaningful. I guess tunnel was cool. Fish gotta go bed. Not if I eat it. Yummy, yummy. Tomb? Yeah, I would love to get tomb. How can this boy be so chill when he knows there's a freaking castle underneath this house? I feel like I don't want this house no more, dude. Ah. We have, and it sucked. But we never really, like, given a thorough look. "45 rooms, 2 wings, 9 ranks. Antechamber sealed, 2 starting rooms. Where is room 46? I think I saw this. 4, 5. Is that puzzle relevant? 9 times 2, 18. Divided by 9, 2. Minus 2, 0. Coincidence? I'm not too sure about that one. What the fuck? Bear traps. We only drafted that room once. Hovel is like a really early game, so I feel like anything that we find there must be for early puzzles that we might have already solved. I think. Huge running shoes, sledge. I guess we don't really need to get gems then. Give me nursery. But we need keys. Why is Hovel so good with study? Give me nursery. Oh, you don't use jams, but you use you don't use jams to draft the runes, but you use jams to reroll. Oh, that's good. Magnifying glass. Key. I'm not getting much of step-friendly stuff. This is second day, but first day, nothing really happened. We just got the tunnel. Maybe more keys? Orange. What is 1/3 of 1? I guess it's 1? Oh, it's just 1/3 and then times 9. It's 3. 3 times 3, 9. 19. It was not 19. Oh. Huh? It's minus 3 times 3. 0. No, times 3 minus 9. And then plus 10, 1 times 1. Oh, 27, third, 9, 81. Minus 21, 60. Divided by 10, 6. Oh, Secret Garden will be very helpful. That pool. Swim trunks. Gems and keys. We don't have the security card. Oh, gem. I guess we'll... What if we just do tunnel straight into antechamber? Tunnel, tunnel. 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 Oh, that's cool. I guess you can find shovel. Tunnel. Oh, you can't. You can't go in. Alright then. At least we tried for the science. I honestly thought tunnel will bypass antechamber. Because it says it's to bypass like the house's mechanism or whatever. So it's like antechamber is definitely one of the mechanism. Well, this will make the house a little more interesting. I wonder what it will say. You know, like at the end of the screen. The construction house, construction mansion. Going to antechamber the long way? Isn't it the opposite? It's going to antechamber the shortest way? Ooh! Hold on. Freezer. I want to read that letter. It's a door. It's a door. Furnace. Furnace. Give us the furnace. Give us the furnace. Come on, you wanna give the furnace. Well, no furnace, I guess. It looks like a penis to me. The stars! The stars! Pumped it up. That's crazy! No, security key. Oh, that's cool. That's like the back of the rotunda. What the hell? That counts as me going in there? The fuck, dude? I don't have a security key. The pool also needs a security key. Well, that will be the end of the day. At least we know the conference room, or not the conference room, the tunnel, it doesn't bypass the antechamber. Nine gems. And bunch of coin too. Dun dun. Sheesh. 87 coins. Please, to me. Schoolhouse would be honestly really good. Final exam Pragi. Exam me. Early closet pog? coin purse. And gem. Key! Wait, hold on. Let's go parlor. Because we need a lot of gems to draft a bunch of classrooms. We do have 12 to start. This puzzle is harder than it seems. This box is empty. This box is empty. Oh, what the fuck? What? What the fuck? What do you mean it was a lie? It was not a lie. To me. I love this room. Magnifying glass. Showroom, I think we should make it standard. Now that we have quite a lot of money. I think they're fine. Armory. Never pass up. Mine. 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 Dude, where are the classrooms? There it is. This is a dead end, so I kinda don't like it. Whatever. Whatever. Finally, exam day. Give me the corner room, please. Early dining room, huge. Classroom. Give me classroom! Why do you not give me classrooms? Flowers and diamond. Shield me. Ooh, the key card. Classroom. Dude, just being in grade 2 right now is not a good start. It's not a great start. Oh, we have the key. We have the key. And it's in the middle of the house. Boiler is good. Perfect draft. We need to have a door pointing there. This will do, right? But the other side will be dead end, so I kind of want to be greedy. Give me like the 3-door room, come on. I think this works. It's 4-door rooms. We'll see the back. I wish you can have like shield. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh shit. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh shit! Paper crown. If there is not a red room among the first 3 floor plan you draw while drafting, you may redraw floor plans. Also useful for rehearsing museum burglary. Kinda funny. That's it? There's nothing more significant in that room than just this? Can we like pull on this? Nope. I want a screenshot of this. One, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 more. What happens when it go beep beep beep? Oh. Well, at least I'm not getting arrested. foyer. Very tempted. Gift shop, also really good. One, two, three, four, five. I'm going foyer. Gallery is so good too. Gives me bunch gems. Oh, I guess 2. I do wonder, like, if I go back to the 8 room, do I get anything? Security, Paul. We have security card. So we can up the security. Because we don't have much a key. We missed the Rocky Rabbit feet. Hi. Logging in. Laboratory. We're hacking. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems to draft a room. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, set your dice to 2. So that at least we have a higher chance of re-rolling and getting all the classrooms today. Classroom, please. Shop? No! And now all those 3 rooms that can be. So much more. Spread gems. Redraw. Classroom is 3 lights. I guess we'll do this redraw. Don't really want that either. Come on. Workshop. I might be able to make something. What is it? I could get achievement. What are the thing that I haven't made yet. Battery pack compass, electromagnet. Oh, never mind, I don't have those. There's no like 3 doors. Come on. We got 1, 2. So we'll have 3 doors. Door here, yes. Hold on. Room 8. I guess it will go into antechamber. Does not fit. Has to be classroom. Yes, sir. I need keys. Was there any keys? Nope. I see money. Laundry room gives me keys for jams. Does laundry room give me... Can I buy keys? I think it's always switching. Oh, but it's dead end. It's a dead end. Even if I lose half of my steps. Huge, huge. Craft room. Lever? I cannot make anything? Detector shovel. I think I made that before. Yeah, because when it digs, it finds a greater chance of finding. Yeah. Purse and lever? No. Nothing for purse. This has to be a classroom. It's 3 rarity, 1 gem. Yes, sir. Okay, 1 more room, baby. 1 more room. That's it. Yes, are we ready for final exam, everybody? I am. I am ready. Final exam, please take a seat. Oh shit, 30 minutes! Your exam has begun. You will now have 30 minutes to next 18 pages of question. Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west and passed 8 flags. Then he turned north at Tanner Fork and drove 2 hours north and passed 4 flags of the same color before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. What color were the flags? What? West and past 8 flags? Okay. He drove... Wait, hold on, where's my screenshot? He then turned north at Tanner Fork. Tanner Fork 10. Okay. Two hours north and passed 4 flags of the same color before arriving Trinsdale. Trinsdale is 14. 14 right here. It's red. That is... Where's my other map? Right. Well, I mean... It's hard because it should be black. It should be black, but... You know what I mean? Red. In this scenario above, where does Sam live? 6 a.m. and drove 5 hours west. He drove 5 hours west. Trinsdale Lake, Arch Aris. It's not Arch Aris. Trinsdale Ale. Same color, north. West. He drove west. Then north and drove 2 hours north. What is on like... Is it like Oris? He turned 5 hours left. It could be Raja. Wait, hold on. Probably west. No, he only drove a little bit north. Only a little bit. I think it's Oris. What color is the most often associated with hallways? Orange. Which of the following would be the least patriotic room pairing. Shop in Archeris. Greenhouse in Costa Rica. Chapel is red. Fan Aris is red. Shop is orange. Arch Aris is... hold on, where are the colors? Arch Aris is yellow. Greenhouse in Costa Rica. Costa Rica orange. Costa Rica is orange. Bedroom. You guys are purple. So Costa Rica. What color is the fruit that gives you +3? Banana. Apple gives 2. Banana gives yellow. I think orange gives more. Solve the following problem. Okay. 5. This is 0 times 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 5 times 2 plus 2 times 2, 24. Solve the following. 3, 16, 11. Solve the following problem. 10 times 4, 40. Divided by 5, 8. Minus 4, 4. Solve the following problem. 1 minus 4 minus 3 times 2, 6. When negative number is timed, like got multiplied, it's still negative number, right? One minus 4 minus 3 times 2 minus 6 plus 7 is 1. Solve the following problem. 3 minus 4 minus 1 times 8 minus 8 divided by 2 minus 4 plus 5, 1. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol of C? Isn't it carbon? I'm pretty sure it's carbon. Hey Siri, which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol of C? Oh, come on. Carbon. I was right. Which element appears in the periodic table directly below helium? How am I supposed to know, brother? We didn't... Stupid. Periodic table. Helium. Directly below any. Which of the following is not real element found on the periodic table? What the fuck? Is there a Y? A single Y? I don't think there's a single Y. Oh, there is single Y. Lithium, MT, then? I think it's MT. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol ALG? It's silver. I believe. I believe it's silver. Yes. Which element could not be used in the spelling of the word clues? Which element could not be used in the spelling of clues? Uranium? What does that mean? Could not be used in the spelling of the word clues? What does that mean? Oh, I see. Uranium is U. Carbon is C. Radon. Radon. Rn. So, radon. Because it's Rn. How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? How many elements are on the top row of the periodic table? Two. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? City of Fen is in a small body of water. But hold on, I took a photo. Where is that? Something Bay? Morning Bay? How many cities in Fen Aires are larger than Reddington? How many cities? What? There's Fen, Oris, Reddington. What? I guess Fen and Oris, so 2. Which of the following realm is not near Fen Aires? Archeris, Iraja, Nuance, and Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Because to Fen Aires. Archeris, Iraja, of course. Which of the sigil core denote the Archeris? Archeris Mountain. What realm is directly north of Iraja? Fen Aires. Where are you right now as you take the exam? Mount Holly, Reddington, Fen Aires. Which 2 pieces of art would be best paired to depict the letter B? Birch tree, oak tree. Hay bale, mug of ale. Bale, ale. Bird bookstore, wing honey. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? What the fuck? Following pieces of art was not displayed? I don't know. That's stupid. I know Bride was there. Can I have a hint, chat? Is it? I think it's Pry. I think it's Pry. Which of the following? Jungle? I'm not going to grade 5. I only have 22 steps. Jungle. Which of the following pieces of art is not displayed in Mount Holly's entrance hall? Which of the following piece of art is not displayed? It's face ace is displayed. Not displayed. Realize. Can you find the difference? I forgot her name. Queen of Orinda. I don't get it at all. What does it mean by can you find the difference? Is Orinda versus Orinda? Oh, Orindia versus Orinda. Who was the first crown ruler of Fenaris? General Teskin. In which era were the railway of Fenaris destroyed? 6th era. How long did the War of the 5th era last? 22 years. What was the first capital city of Fenaris? Grand City of Fen. Which realm gifted Fenaris a dirigible to headway their victory parade? Dirigible is the green one. Green one. Green one. Green one. Nuance. Let me just check. Wait, not new. Yeah. The deciding battle of the War of the 5th era was fought near what famous landmark in 1836? Oh my gosh, I don't know. The deciding battle of the War of the 5th era was fought near... It's... I don't know. Royal Museum? No, that's where the Fen's house was. Angel Tower? It has to be either Angel Tower or Colossus Orinda. But I don't know. Colossus Orinda is near Eurasia. So I would say Angel Tower. I would say think big. It's Colossus Orinda. How many questions do I have? Why is there so many? 36. And not 6 to 21. $11. Hey Siri, what is 11 divided by 3?
11 divided by 3 is approximately 3.
Round it up. 21, 22 minus 1, 21. What? Plus 5, 21 times 2, 22 divided by, oh no, minus 1, 21, 12. Isn't this 12? Times 2? Twenty, 40, 42, 41, 14. Oh my gosh, why is it so long? 5 divided by 2. Oh my gosh. And then times 3 is 8. No, I think this is 3. No, I could have changed the answer. Oh my god. 7, 42, 142, 142, 100. Oh my gosh, what was the Eurasian word for house? Hue. What does Neviite means? Gate. Newgate. The phrase tray and veil can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not? Like an acceptable interpretation. Tree trunk, old tree, not very. My tree is not very old. This one. How would you say the following phrase in Eurasian? You have a very, very long name. What the heck? Name. Jor. Long. Lore. I don't see any of that. L-O-R. Word. Lou? I don't know. How would you tell the Eurasian count me out? Me. Le. Using the provided erosion terms of the cardinal direction above, what would be the clearest way you could give direction to someone at point A to them to point B? I guess like straight. East is it. And I guess ISS is south. Straight east. Oh, there's a tree. Shortest tree south. It has to be this one. In ancient Orinda, the number 8 was considered by Aegean scholars to be the mathematically near perfect, though many of the secular sphere held that only this advance from 8 was worthy of numerical perfection. What the fuck? What the hell? How am I supposed to know this? Why are you giving me exams on shit that I don't know? Probably D, right? Because it's square and then you flip it. Complete. Oh damn! I wish I could have changed one of the answer on this one. It's 3. Ah. 8 years certainly flew by. It was so much harder than what I expected. I don't even think I will get as good as a mark as Ryan, man. Why were you guys giving shits about Ryan? And me. They said the result will be out tomorrow, right? I know this feeling all too well. The feeling of after exam and feel like I fucking failed. I fucking failed. Academic museum. I did well. I don't feel like it. That is not what my internal feeling is feeling. I thought someone said I can only get 1 wrong. Oh, I see a trophy! I see a trophy! For getting an A on the classroom final exam. Yippee! Yippee! I got A! History 100%! Art, geography, math, color. Yippee! Yay! Erosion was hard. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I honestly thought they were worse than Ryan. I felt like poop when I did it though. I used all my notes. Other than the jungle one, I did not cheap. I mean, for periodic table, it's not really fair because I didn't think I would need one. We only like it was like science is fun, and it was just like that was literally all there's to it. All right, let's see if they're giving 3. Okay, 3 and 4 is high roller. I only asked for, well, I definitely needed calculator for like decimals, and then periodic table. I don't remember periodic table, man. I think that's fair. You took a screenshot of periodic table, but why though? You can just Google periodic table, it's still the same. High roller. Shop. Gain. Reroll. I was worried that they would have their own version. Their own version of periodic table. That's a little insane, don't you think? How do we get to the throne room? Oh, I should check my goal, like the to-do list. To-do list. Final exam. Where is it? I wrote it somewhere. Oh, chessboard done. Classroom final exam done. Bookstore buy books done. I guess like the only thing that I want to do is freezer and furnace combo. We did boiler room, red box basement, done. The only thing I have left on to do is sigil room, gift shop items, server cave, find all and open all 8 chests and letter. The map puzzle in room 46, find clues for XYZ ABC. 2 5-letter words. Have you seen the sign? Freezer and furnace combo. Cracks on the wall. I guess light candles. Castle puzzle. Oh, and then vault key. I guess that's all I have right now. How many sanctum keys? I only have 3, but 1 is vault and 1 is king on the throne, which I have no idea. And the other one is on the last room of the 8th, or it's in the last room or something. I think it's it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go this way. Nursery is huge. Early security also huge. Oh man, the feeling of exam, too real, man, too real. Always feeling like I did shit. I never feel good. Unless I get everything right, which is like rare. So I always feel so bad. Oh wait, hold on. See, it's this archive. Not sure what to do about that one. Deleted X. I thought it was A. Permanently add 1 gold to allowance. Huge. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems for each bedroom you draft after your second. Huge. Each bedroom you draft after your second. Permanently add gold. Bedroom time. We even have nursery. Bedrooms. Bedrooms. Bedrooms, bedrooms, bedrooms. Wait, hold on. Guest bed. My allowance has been raised. That bedroom has a sale. Ooh, shrine and shop. Or the shrine and... experiment combo wombo. And then... I wonder if I need to draft the vault a lot in order to get the vault keys. Because last time when I got the vault key, it was just like random chance. And I think people are saying it's just by random chance. This box contains gems. All statements that contains the word gems are false. If you're true, you're false. This box is not empty. What the fuck? It is empty. False. False. True. This box contains gems. Or is it false? True. False. Yippee! Reroll time. Reroll time. Courtyard. Huge. Or hallway? I love courtyard. But hallway. We gotta go to the foundation, man. Reroll, please. Phew! Foundation. Watering can. We go out and in. Water. I love shop. Keys. Adjust. Keys adjust. Dead end. Maybe we'll just use the dead end so they won't show up. I wish I can adjust the rarity of dead ends. And then have it be like super rare. Ryan. My husband.
Yeah, what's up?
I got A in the final exam.
Hey, that's awesome.
I thought I did really bad, and I said, "Why were you guys snitching Ryan for getting a C minus? That seems like a good score."
Tunnel.
Wow. What could it be? I'm not gonna tell you. Where are the bedrooms, man? Where are my bedrooms at? Oh no, it's key card. Man, the shop is goated. Magnifying sleeping slash shoes. Give me the... We did not get the shovel yet. But we have so many rerolls. I kinda hate the bug. Or the archive. Gymnasium, I guess. Ooh, golded. Now that we need gems, I'll get the gems. Let's fill in the west wing a little bit. I will get a lot of keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys. That's a lot of keys. That's a lot of keys. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dining room. I love dining room. Where is my armory, man? Reroll, reroll. My allowance is just increasing by a lot. Imagine. I guess it could not be 2 labs. But if we have like, every time you add a shop, you add 3 aquariums in your pool. And there's just an aquarium also is a bedroom and all you do is just aquarium. I'm not gonna dig right now just in case I happen to find like the room where you can make gadgets. Workshop. Why? Something that points down, please. Perfect. We got sledge. Sledge. Money and reroll. Huge. Oh my gosh. Very dangerous. You could fall down, man. Locker room. I guess. I mean, we don't really need a locker room. We opened all the keys there. We don't want the security card. Honestly, if we can get workshop. Oh my god. I think it only gave us trophy. Shovel. Oh wait. What was it? Magnifying glass. What? Dowsing rod? What the heck is that? It's a compass and a shovel? Oh shit, I cannot use shovel anymore. Well, hold on. Compass and shovel. Dowsing rod. While drafting, dowsing rod points towards room that may contain more items today than usual. But my shovel. Oh, dowsing, it says there's more items there. Thanks, dowsing rod. Wait, hold on. Then I don't need to see, right? Oh, it still acts as a shovel? This? I believe in your dowsing rod. Metal detector. It does not work as a shovel. It does not work as a shovel, you liar. Metal detector. Magnifying. Burning glass. It's here. It's here again. It's burning glass again. Do we want burning glass? We want it for the tomb. We want the tomb. But nothing else, I don't think. code check it? We don't even have code check. If we do get a code check, I will code check it. But if I code check it, I can't... Oh, conference room has more items than casino? Or keys? Oh my gosh. 3 fruits. It gotta be attic. It's not? But attic has 8 items. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then like the digging spot, 5, 6. So there are like 6 items. Clock tower doesn't need to be common. Security needs to be more commonplace. Parlor. Well, I guess commonplace. Oh, it points to a room which has more items than it normally has. Huge, this one. While drafting, you may spend gems to redraw. Didn't it point to this one? That may contain more items than usual. There's no items. There is no items. 0 item to be found. I guess it said may, so it could not be right. What the heck is this? Oh, it's... But we don't have a shovel. We will read... Drafting strategy 4. Treasure trove! Although we have never seen the treasure trove. Is the treasure trove? What is this? Huh? The green memos you find in this room will always be true? Why did I have to open that dumbass coffin? Not coffin. Treasure, the box. There's no other memos. Oh, it's Black Knight again. Black Knight. Treasure trove. But it wasn't missing white reservoir. We did find it. I thought we found it in the reservoir. Turns out, off the rumor, treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumor. Am I crazy, Chet? Am I missing something? What is this? A sack of potato? Out of all the gold things? There's a sack of potato? Or is there a dead body in it? This thing looks so sauce. Any lightable candles? No, it's just a bunch of torch. They're like candlesticks, but no candles. It will get better later days? What do you mean it will get better? What do you mean it will get better? Is it like a human? It will grow? Oh, every visit gives you a new note. I don't really need anything right now. Imagine closet right next to treasure trove, like name the craziest combo. Crazier combo. How much is my allowance? Ooh, I got 4. I got 4 extra allowance today. Bedroom. 5 more allowances. Do I have gift shop? I do. I can buy it. I can buy the Bluebird Diamond Key Apple. Trophy room. I could have extra 10 steps. Yippee! Look at that. Create all 8 workshop contraptions. Oh my gosh, 8? Oh, looks nice. Oh no, it's a dead end. Do we get any thing? Oh, sweet. I could at least go back and make something. Make a new contraptions. It wants to have me make 8 total. Where is... I do have a workshop. That is how I have the dowsing rod. Battery pack. Well, we know battery pack and sledge. Oh, and then the handle. Burning glass. I don't think I can make anything new, unfortunately. No. Well, I can make... Oh, wait, hold on. I cannot make that. I can make this. I thought maybe I could make something new. Let's go to the gift shop and buy Bluebird. That's a dead end, brother. It's alright. I think I have a plenty of footsteps to go around. Surely we can afford it. Surely. Yes. Yes. What the heck is this? Oh, that's the coffer. A permanent addition to the shrine. But if I buy the coffer, I cannot buy the Swimber plushie. I need 123. I mean, it's hard to get 110 coins. Hold on. Is there... If only I had a shovel, things would have been different. So I guess once we read the book, that coffer shows up. Why is it blood? Because it's cursed. The permanent addition to the shrine. None would dare to open it. I think if we do open it, they said I die after 12 steps. But I think what would happen is that I won't die. I think it would just end the day after 12 steps, I think. Oh, is it 13 steps? But the curse didn't make any sense though. Because the curse, they said like, if you take more steps, then you'll die. But he didn't. He took 4 big steps. And then he got on the carriage. Right? So he technically didn't take any more steps. But how come he got killed? His body was found 12 steps away from the carriage when it crashed. Yeah, but he didn't take the steps. Oh, he got shot, crashed, launched 12 steps, and died. But he didn't take steps though. He flew. His feet was not taking steps. His face would have just scraped the whole floor. The curse had to get creative. Well, I have 3 coins. Share one for the future. Woohoo! 5 allowance added. 56 allowance. Let's go. Little by little. Little by little. I feel like we gotta be close of seeing some kind of something. I think we're very close to second ending. Closer than anything. Ryan DM'd me. Are you ready to stream? Does he know? Alrighty, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys not tomorrow. Tomorrow Saturday. Happy weekend everybody. I will see you guys on Monday. I will raid Origin. Oh, my thingy doesn't go purple. Weird. I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you for the support during the bounty today as well. See you guys on Monday. Bye!